Yo, what's good, everybody? Today I'm going to talk about Hamzah Sheeraz's breakout performance against Edgar Berlanga. And not much to say, really. Easy work for Sheeraz. If I'm being honest, I never really understood the hype behind this fight in particular when it first got announced. Sure, it was unexpected to see Sheeraz go up a division and take on a knockout artist like Berlanga, but I never really thought much of it. I thought that Sheeraz would easily outbox him. Of course, there's always that puncher's chance for bangers like Berlanga, but that's all it really was. A puncher's chance. I always was confident in seeing this as a 75-25 type of fight, of course, in favor of Sheeraz. But I will admit, Berlanga's antics in the build-up did build intrigue, and the ideas of quote-unquote what ifs started floating in my mind, like what if Berlanga did boom on Sheeraz? What if Adames ruined Sheeraz's confidence? All these things popped in my head, and I started getting a little more interested in the fight. But all those what ifs, all those thoughts of what ifs was quickly shut down by Sheeraz right when the fight started. Sheeraz, he came out confident. He looked great at 168. He looked big and tall and so much stronger and healthier. From the start, he had no problems at all letting his hands go. He knew that Berlanga was outclassed. It's just a matter of not getting hit with something big. But he didn't let the thought of danger cripple him. He let his hands go. The jabs was doing great. He shot his 1-2s and short combos in the opening round. He even went toe-to-toe with Berlanga, stayed in the pocket with the knockout artist and swam without getting wet. He even showed his newfound strength at 168 by pushing Berlanga off of him with ease a couple times. And again, he was fearless. Sheeraz and essentially everybody with a solid boxing mind knew that he could outbox Berlanga. But in the third and fourth round, Sheeraz opted to bang it out with the banger and stay inside. He literally gave Berlanga the opportunity, his only shot at winning. He gave Berlanga that by staying in front of him, but he still came out victorious in each of those exchanges. He showed the dog in him. He started and finished those exchanges. Again, he could have just easily used his length and stayed on the outside, but he wanted to best Berlanga at his own game in his own city. I mean, guys, come on. Berlanga talked so much in the build-up, and Sheeraz just laughed it all off because he knew when it's time for action. He knew he always had Berlanga beat. And Sheeraz has always been listening to the critics and what they gotta say, that he quit in the last fight, yada yada yada. And I guess he used that as fuel for this fight because he definitely fought with a chip on his shoulder. But I digress. Sheeraz, being the more dynamic fighter, his punches came in variety. He was more precise, and his short compact shots, I'm sure, must have surprised Berlanga. The first combo that landed on Berlanga that dropped him in the fourth, surely Berlanga didn't think it was possible for someone so tall and so long to land those compact shots inside. Those short hooks and short uppercuts are so mean from Sheeraz. He punches through the target. He rips those. He is one spiteful fella in the ring. These fighters like Fandora and Sheeraz and Espinoza, these tall, lanky fighters, they really must put an emphasis on improving their uppercuts and inside game, because I noticed these guys always has the nastiest uppercuts, man. That tall, lanky frame really gives them just enough leverage for those shots to be devastating. I also saw that Sheeraz is nice with a short, straight right. He's a good inside fighter. He's good. He's good inside. I reckon he really worked on it in this camp, and it really showed. His 3 or 4 piece combos were very successful in this fight, and what can I say? He wrecked Berlanga, and in my opinion even showed him a little bit of mercy at the end. You know, he knew Berlanga was finished at the start of the 5th. He hit him with a 3-2 and followed up with another left hook for good measure. But I'd say that if he really wanted to damage Berlanga, he could have thrown another 2-punch combo in there on Berlanga's way down, and he really could have hurt Berlanga there. But he restrained himself from doing so, and I salute him for that. He's a good person for that. Yeah, it was easy work for Sheeraz. I will say that though I always thought Sheeraz would win, I thought he would do so via decision. I thought Berlanga was tough. You know, even though most have been going the full 12 with Canelo, Canelo is still Canelo. He can still whack. So I thought Berlanga, having survived Canelo, I thought he would survive Sheeraz as well. Add on to that the fact that Sheeraz was going up another division, and he's just coming off a broken right hand from his previous fight. I just thought we would hear the final bell. But yeah, Sheeraz looked terrific. He looked powerful, and you could see that he fought, like I said earlier, you could see that he fought with a chip on his shoulder, and he just looked so mean and dangerous. He looked so good at 168. I already said it earlier again, but he looked so healthy and strong and confident at super middleweight. I really think that this man, Hamzah Sheeraz, is going to be a problem at super middleweight. And I would love to see him mix it up with someone like Diego Pacheco, you know, 2 tall motherfuckers, or Christian and Billy, you know, another banger. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say in terms of the fight and Hamzah Sheeraz. Who do you want Sheeraz to fight next, and what did you think of this fight? As for Berlanga, what's next for him? Maybe now's finally the time to make the Caleb Plant fight happen, seeing as they're both coming off defeats. Or even Munguia, you know, why not Berlanga versus Munguia? You know what's ironic? You know what is ironic that I just thought of? It is ironic that plenty of times was Berlanga asked about Munguia and Plant's recent defeats, and he always said that they both overlooked their opponents. But during the whole build-up to this fight, he constantly brought up a rematch with Canelo, or even a potential fight with Munguia and Plant. I just think that maybe he should have learned from their mistakes and actually dialed in on Hamzah Sheeraz instead of antagonizing Oscar De La Hoya and thinking of theatrics to sell this fight. But just food for thought. Leave your thoughts on the fight down in the comments below, and please leave a like and subscribe. And I really want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a lovely day.